I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd's broke. You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
Stephen A. Smith has challenged Floyd Mayweather about claims that he bought 62 buildings for $42 million. Reports say Floyd does not fully own them and only has small shares. Stephen asks whether Mayweather inflated his assets to protect his image amid bankruptcy rumors and a potential $42 million scam.
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Stephen A. Smith has always been open about praising Floyd Mayweather. He often highlights Floyd's incredible boxing career, especially how he stayed undisputed in the later years. Smith points to Floyd's discipline, flawless defense, and undefeated record as proof of his greatness. To Stephen, Floyd was a true technician and strategist, someone who fought not just to win but to avoid losing. This dominance earned him respect from fans and experts alike.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
However, the praise started to fade when Mayweather entered a new phase of his career with exhibition fights. After retiring, he came back to the ring, apparently more for money than legacy. His fight with Logan Paul is a clear example. Stephen A. Smith openly criticized it, saying the match had no real competitive value. Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned amateur boxer, wasn't a true challenge for Mayweather. For someone who once dominated the sport, taking this fight felt like a cash grab rather than a display of greatness.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
I think Stephen A. Smith didn't stop at criticizing the Logan Paul fight. In several interviews, he shared concerns about Mayweather's whole exhibition approach. He agreed that fighting Conor McGregor made sense because of McGregor's combat sports background, but he drew the line after that. Choosing weaker opponents just for easy paydays hurts the legacy Floyd spent years building. According to Smith, Mayweather seemed more focused on making money than protecting his place in boxing history. The message was clear: money had become more important than meaning.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
This became very clear in one direct interview. Stephen A. Smith asked Mayweather straight, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" The question called for real reflection. But Mayweather's answers kept coming back to money. He talked about being smart in business and how much he earned. To Smith and many others, It looked like he was putting wealth above the respect that comes with a lasting legacy.
You made money. You're gonna make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
We ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, for my loved ones.
But fear.
This money-focused image has shaped a new generation of athletes. Stephen A. Smith argued that today's rising stars don't look up to Floyd for his skills, his footwork, or his legendary ring IQ. They admire the money, the show, and the persona. According to Smith, this does a disservice to boxing. It sends the message that cash is more important than mastery, and in doing so, it risks eroding everything Floyd once stood for.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch!
This became very clear when Floyd was asked why he fought Logan Paul instead of a bigger-name boxer like Tyson Fury. Floyd's answer was simple: Logan had more followers. Not skill, not legacy, not competition, just social media numbers. To many, including Stephen A. Smith, this showed that Mayweather's priorities had completely changed. He wasn't boxing for the challenge or his legacy anymore. He was boxing for attention and money.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul 56 million. Tyson Fury 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At one time, Floyd Mayweather was the highest-paid athlete in the world, not just in boxing but in all sports. That success earned him respect. But now, with new details and rumors about his finances coming out, his legacy is under scrutiny. The man once famous for perfect planning and discipline is now facing questions about the very wealth he often boasts about.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Mayweather has shown off his wealth for years. One of the most famous examples is his $1.8 million watch, a shocking display even for top celebrities. From Bugattis to private jets, his life was full of extravagance. But now, those same shows of wealth are being looked at in a new, more critical way.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ.
That's how we do it.
1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece. I see the back.
101.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That 1 of 1.
$1.8 million.
It's a 1 of 1.
Adding more fuel to the controversy, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen revealed a surprising truth. He said the Mayweather vs. McGregor fight wasn't as financially huge as it seemed. Many empty seats were reportedly filled with people made to look like a full crowd. Having covered the event live, Sonnen criticized the illusion created by Mayweather's PR team. Even before becoming Money Mayweather, Floyd faced serious trouble. Reports showed he risked jail over unpaid taxes and had to borrow $2 million just to cover part of his debt. This wasn't the story of a financial genius. It was a man barely holding it together.
Me and Eric B were at, from Eric B and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E, he needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy, he owned Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy, said, yo, loan me $2 million, I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
The numbers speak for themselves. At one point, Floyd reportedly owed $22.2 million to the IRS. For someone claiming to be the richest athlete in the world, that huge tax bill raises questions. It suggested that his flashy lifestyle might have been more of a show than fans ever realized.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Even rapper 50 Cent, who was once close to Mayweather, spoke out. He said in interviews that Floyd spent heavily on things like jewelry and gambling, eventually leaving himself broke. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's return to fighting YouTubers wasn't a choice, it was a need. He needed the money, even if it meant risking his legacy to get it.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again. Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that. Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again. We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing. So there's still some static? No, it only happens when it's fight time. Got it. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens. So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone, Isaac, right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, when you make yourself like we got issues or you're angry, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is. Do you think he should step back in the ring? I think he got to right now because the money gone. So the money's really gone? Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
Another legendary fighter, Oscar de la Hoya, also spoke out. He urged Floyd to stop embarrassing himself, saying that his legacy should matter more than clout. De La Hoya's words reflected what many were thinking. Floyd needed to stop before he damaged the image he had built over decades.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When reports said Floyd had donated to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, it briefly earned him praise. But that quickly turned to confusion. Mayweather posted on Instagram showing he was still in Dubai, which didn't match the donation timeline. If this was meant to fix his image, it backfired and made people question his credibility even more. Things escalated when Gervonta Davis, once mentored by Mayweather, made a shocking claim. Davis said Floyd wasn't on a world tour like he claimed. Instead, he was supposedly stuck in Dubai over unpaid debts for luxury jewelry and other items. This bold accusation contradicted Floyd's story and added serious fuel to the controversy.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system, and that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
While Floyd shared photos and posts claiming he was on a global tour, Davis insisted he was actually stuck in Dubai until his debts were paid. This raised more questions about Mayweather's finances. Floyd tried to cover up the truth by saying he was touring the world, but Davis exposed the lie. To protect his image, Floyd even exaggerated claims, like owning 62 buildings worth $42 million, a story that further hurt his reputation.
Turns out that the rumors were true and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.